Hey there, how's it going? Volta here, and in today's video, we shall be taking a closer look at the Darmoshark M3. You may notice that the artwork on the box is actually pretty cool, but inside it's pretty minimalistic. It comes with the classic braided cable, which is USB Type-C. Then it has the dongle adapter and the USB receiver, which actually took me a while to find because it was included at the bottom of the mouse. When you take that out, the USB receiver will be in there. And then it comes with the classic quick start guide, a cool little Darmoshark sticker, and some spare skates. Now, one important thing to note is that the grips, which you see here, did not come included with the mouse. This is part of a bundle that I got on AliExpress, but a little bit more on that later on in the video. Taking a closer look at the specs, which I will have displayed for you somewhere along the screen. The weight comes in at 58 grams, which is, I don't know, in my opinion, pretty impressive for a mouse this size, or how beefy it is. The sensor is the 3395, which is the latest one on the market. I have seen some reports or people discussing the sensor placement. So if you can pick that up on camera, it might be a little bit lower than you might be accustomed to. But honestly, when I was using this in game, I haven't had any issues, or it's not something that I immediately noticed. It also offers Bluetooth connectivity, and the version that I have is the 1000 Hertz. But yeah, since my purchase, the 4000 Hertz or 4K version has been released. But again, yeah, I can discuss a little bit more about that later on in the video. Another point to note or to mention is that on the AliExpress website, they actually mentioned that there has been an update with the switches and the encoder. So I have the Kale GM 8.0s on my copy, and the encoder I think is the F-Switch 1 million laps. And after the upgrade, it's actually changed to the TTC 60 millions, and the encoder is the TTC Golden Wheel 2 million laps. So I'll have the information for you again somewhere up on the screen, but I actually purchased mine before May, so I've been using this since then. But it kind of mentions that after May, you should pretty much be guaranteed to receive the new and updated switches and encoder. Now, if we take a closer look at the mouse from the side profile, and you may notice that the side buttons sit a little bit further towards the front of the mouse. So if you're someone like me who likes to grip the mouse a little bit further from the back, then that might impede you from using the mouse buttons comfortably. Now, for reference, my hand size are 18 by 10, but if I do adjust my grip to claw or palm, yeah, then I don't have any issues whatsoever actuating or reaching either of the mouse buttons. Now, on my copy at least, there is a little bit of both pre and post travel, and with not much actuation force, it kind of sits into the shell, but the front button is a little bit more responsive, would be the way that I would put it. But yeah, in game and performance wise, haven't had any issues whatsoever, and they've actually been pretty comfortable to use and very spammable. The scroll wheel has actually been pretty enjoyable to use. It has a nice kind of rubbery feel to it. It's nice and defined steps when you're scrolling up and down. They're not too textured, but you can still differentiate while you're performing the up and down action. It's not too loose or too fast. It's kind of right in the middle, or a sweet spot is probably the best way to put it. And it doesn't require too much force to actuate the mouse click as well. So if you're someone like me who uses it for maybe ultimates or ping, then yeah, it doesn't require too much force, and it doesn't slip if you are applying too much pressure. The coating on the mouse is probably the weakest part of it, personally speaking. So yeah, the only way that I could describe it is that it's not terrible. I do or can get a constant grip when I'm using it, but it's rather on the cheaper side of things. So it's definitely something that you can feel in hand, especially over longer gaming sessions. And you may have noticed that I have some grips that I've installed on the mouse. This is actually something that I bought as part of a bundle on AliExpress, so I might have something for you on screen. The only reason why I actually bought this originally in the bundle is that I was hoping that the grip tape would say Volta, like it kind of said in the picture, but it turns out that, well, at least for mine, that the A was cut off. So yeah, feels bad, man. No Volta for me. The battery life on the mouse has been, yeah, rather flawless. However, it does rock a 500 milliamp battery, so that would probably explain why. After that, I would advise to install the software, which I will have linked for you in the description below. And once you have that installed, is just to set your preferred DPI settings. I only have a single DPI account because I only ever use 1600. After that, if you scroll down to the mouse attribute icon, here you can enable the sensor performance to motion sync. And then after that, you can enable the esport mode, because mine was received with closed enable. I haven't noticed much of a difference. I'm not sure if this is more aimed towards the 4K dongle, or the 4K version, I should say. And then you can set your debounce time. So I would recommend to install the software, because when I came in, the sensor performance was completely different. So was the debounce time, and the esports mode was set to close. Another thing that I would like to mention is if you would like to activate the Bluetooth mode, if you turn the mouse over, because it's actually quite hard to see with the writing, you can kind of have to like tilt it to catch it in the light to realize which one you need to select. So on the right is for the game mode, in the middle is for the cable mode, or when you would like to turn it off if the cable is not plugged in, and on the left is for the Bluetooth mode. However, to sync the mouse to a device, you hold down mouse 1, mouse 2, and you hold down mouse 3, and then once it flashes blue for Bluetooth, you will get a pop-up, or you can then discover the device on your computer, laptop, or whatever. I've actually been using it for work, and yeah, the Bluetooth performance I like to report is, yeah, pretty solid. To clarify again, the version which I am currently testing and reviewing is the 1000 Hertz one, and that comes in at $50 or €45 respectively. And now there is also a 4K version which comes in at $65. So would I recommend this, and is this the right mouse for you? So considering the internals which is packing, and that includes the latest sensor which is on the market currently, it does offer fantastic value for money. The only thing on the build quality side, which is pretty sturdy, is if I absolutely deck grip the mouse very hard at the sides, I can actuate the side buttons. Hopefully the mic can pick that up for you. However, that is not something that I can foresee anyone being able to achieve in-game performance, even if you do deck grip the mouse. So after taking all that into consideration, I think you have to ask yourself one or two of the following questions. Do you prefer mice which are on the bigger side, or do you prefer mice which fills your hand out a little bit more than I do? Another thing would be are your hands around 20 by 10 or larger? Then I would say that this mouse is an easy recommendation. Now you can actually choose between the version which I have, which again is the 1000 Hertz, or the 4K version, which for me, and yeah, the price which is on offer is super impressive. If you are like me and you prefer mice on the smaller side of things, then you can wait for the Darmoshark to release the mini version, which they have confirmed on their Twitter page. And yeah, needless to say, I'm pretty hyped for that one. And once it releases, I will be buying it instantly. And I actually can't wait to try the mini version out. If you made it this far in the video, you're an absolute legend. And if you like the content, feel free to hit the thumbs up or to consider subscribing, as it really does help the channel out a lot. Any comments or feedback would also be greatly appreciated. Now, on a personal note, from my side, I would like to express my thanks or gratitude to everyone, as I recently just hit over 100 subscribers on YouTube, which, thinking back a few months ago when I started making videos, yeah, kind of crazy to think about. So just a huge thanks to everyone for the support, and for everyone who's reached out on Twitter with little tips and tricks. Yeah, very much appreciated. Hopefully catch you in the next one, and until then, peace out.